Are you with us? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We looked the consent agenda over.
Motion to approve?
Second. Motion and second to approve the agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Okay, first up is County Employee Recognition Awards. Let's see,
We got new hires first.
oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Got the new hires. The
We do. Good morning. This is Kate Gerber, our new PR manager. We're excited to have her. She's, today is her second day and learning lots and just being a sponge and soaking in what Potawatomi County is and how she can use her skills, to help us.
Cool, welcome aboard, Kate.
Thank you.
Welcome, Kate.
Anxious to have you.
Glad you're here.
Excited to be here.
Jenna, have you made, oops, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Have you made the rounds to the department heads?
We've taken a few short tours, but then, and again, it is only her second day, but I will be scheduling meetings with Kate and myself in each department to go into, get a deeper dive about the departments and how they might be able to utilize her and so she can learn about them.
Oh, thank you.
Any questions for us?
Nope, just here to soak it all in.
And it'll take a little bit. You'll get it. Cool. All right. Next up, consent agenda. We done that. Let's see. Employee recognition. We done that.
Oh.
Have I got a different sheet here?
We did new hires with the employee recognition.
This one's different than this one.
Yeah, I don't have that
That's mine's backwards. Which is okay. We'll get through it. Employee recognition winners. Okay, do I need to do these opening remarks again? You guys was off last week. We read it. I'll let Susan, you're up first, aren't you?
Can be.
That'd work.
Hey, you got my mic?
Yep. Last week, we presented the 2023, 2024 awards. And we read them all off last week, but we're going to read the two that weren't here again. So I get to present the Ethics and Integrity Award. And the award recipient is Veronica Person, which was formerly Ross. She's been married since all of this happened. So it is my privilege to present the Ethics and Integrity Award to Veronica. Ethics and integrity involve showing kindness, compassion, and moral leadership, stepping in to help others and doing the right thing, whether or not anyone is watching. Veronica exemplifies these attributes. And from the nomination form, Veronica has learned that Terry, our favorite building and grounds worker, was in need of some help at home. Veronica arranged for her fiance and her to come over one weekend to assist her with these items. Terry was so excited to have the help and to get this done before her family came over. She was very proud to tell me that Veronica had done for her. This isn't the first time. Veronica and her fiance even shoveled her driveway after a big snow. What a great friend. Veronica, your willingness to go above and beyond, to offer kindness and compassion in moments of need truly reflects the heart of ethics and integrity. Thank you for setting such a remarkable example. It is an honor to present you with this challenge coin and certificate. Congratulations.
Thank you. While I do appreciate the recognition, I just see it as having helped a friend. And when Terry thanked me, I told her that God gives us opportunities to serve others. And it's our decision in how we respond to that.
I understood that completely when I was reading that. Here's your coin.
Great, thank you so much.
And you get another thing.
Veronica? Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jen, will you get a picture with Veronica and her immediate department head?
We can do that later, Jane.
Okay,
What?
we'll do it later.
With Christopher. Hey, I'm honored to present the Service Accountability Award to Christopher Nelson. Service and accountability means providing outstanding customer service, maintaining the timeliness, using our resources wisely, and following through on responsibilities to ensure the best outcomes for our citizens. Christopher exemplifies these qualities. We'll share this with you. I am one of the commissioners on the East Potawatomi Soil and Water Conservation District Board. We have been working on updating our 5-year conservation plan, and our current plan had older and lesser quality maps included in it. I reached out to Jamie Peterson, and he was able to facilitate our request for updated maps. I would like to sincerely thank Mr. Christopher Nelson for doing a great job of making the following maps for East Potawatomi townships: hydrological unit code watersheds, source water maps, and the mining and mineral maps for our 24 to 28 East Potawatomi County Conservation Plan. Please recognize Mr. Nelson for his great work on behalf of East Pot Soil and Water District and the entire NRCS team. Chris, through your dedication, attention to detail, and readiness to serve others, you have truly raised the bar for service and accountability in Potawatomi County. It's my pleasure to present you with this challenge coin and certificate.
We want to. Jamie, come on. Sure.
Susan, you were good where you were. There you go. There you go.
Hang on.
Thanks,
Yep.
Chris.
Sam, you need
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Sorry, Veronica, I was gonna come down there. Susan, to the left a little? Oh, sorry, my left. Sorry, a little more. Tim, your left. There you go. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Veronica.
All right. Next up, Tom Coleman, Manager, Water or Regional Water, discussion on status of Pioneer Trail and forgivable loan. Tom,
Good morning.
good morning.
Let me start by saying there are 32 miles of pipe in the ground as of the 18th of January. The contractor, Holstein Excavating out of Edgerton, Minnesota, is scheduled to be down here next week to start the final closeout of that. So that's pressure testing. They're doing some of the connections that we've got already lined up for people who said, yes, I want service before we put the job specs out for bid. So they're included in the contract. There's a number of those as well. So the plan is for them to come next week and start that process. If you recall, last summer, actually it was in May, I came and presented to you an update, and I gave you the worst case scenario based on what we saw going on in the industry as far as delays for deliveries of equipment and pipe and those kinds of things. And the timeline that I gave you said that we would be substantially complete on Pioneer Trail by June of this year. Based on what we're seeing now, if the weather cooperates, we could be have water flowing here in April. So the other thing is, I think if I'm not mistaken, Board Member Miller, you had directed me to make sure to reach out and keep the developers in the loop information wise with regards to that. And we had a teleconference with Mark Handwright and with Jim Hughes, and neither of them had an issue with that difference in the timeline, because obviously we have an agreement with the board that was supposed to be substantially complete for the pipeline by December of 2024. Of course, that when we did that amendment to the agreement, we were basing that off of the fact that we still believed we were going to be able to get water from the folks at
Langdon Boulevard.
right off of Harry Langdon Boulevard.
Oh,
And then we had the HOA down there that decided that they didn't want anything to do with the pipe coming up the street. And we eventually ended up with the plan that we have now coming off of Sue Johnson Tower. So the plan, everything's moved forward. We are very confident that we will beat the June 2025 substantial completion date. And I was sharing with board member Wichman before the meeting that we did, one of our observers did recognize that there was a valve that was not American made with American materials in compliance with the BABA requirements that were in effect for this loan that we got from the federal government. So we will be replacing that first thing. With part of what they're doing when they come down next week, they're going to address those issues, get stuff pressure tested, and have the pipe ready to go so we can turn the water on.
So is there another loan agreement that's been amended since this one was executed in August of 2022?
No, we discussed that, and what the guidance that I'd been given at that point was, let's wait and see so we don't have to come back and do another one. What's going to happen here? Because as you remember, so August of 22, we went through 23, we got the bid process started at the end of 23, and the construction didn't even start until September of 24. And those guys came down with 4 crews and put all 32 miles of pipe in from the end of October and through January 16th when they finished. So
I think we need to do something with the contract, Kristen, because this one has a stop dead date of March 15th, 2025.
yes.
We're obviously going to blow through that, so I think we need to amend the contract.
And that was the second part of the agenda there in terms of the forgivable loan was exactly that. So based on the presentation that I made last summer in May with regards to that worst case scenario sheet, I don't know if you all recall that. I gave each of you a handle of the timeline, the adjusted timeline that showed substantial completion of Pioneer Trail by no later than the end of June of 2025. So my recommendation to you would be that we would consider adjusting the forgivable loan deadline to that date. We are very confident that we will beat that, obviously, since the pipe's already in the ground, and now we're just doing the last things that we have to do to make it, to be able to turn the water on.
Am I on?
Well, I certainly don't have any issues with it. However, Kristen would have to amend that and put it on the agenda for either the next meeting or the meeting after for approval of that. Pardon me?
I can have it in our next meeting.
I have no
Mayor?
problem with it myself.
And then I'll come back next week. I know that I have a written document from our board of directors authorizing me to sign that document on behalf of the organization. So
Okay.
we won't need to, unless you require it, we won't need to have a full meeting of our board, which isn't scheduled to meet until the 20th. And the deadline on the current forgivable loan, as you mentioned, is the 14th or 15th.
Hey, Matt,
Any other questions, Susan?
am I on?
No.
Sorry, Tim.
Am I on?
Matt Wine, do you have any issues with that?
Any questions? Okay,
Yeah, thank you for being a partner in the project. Yes,
we need a motion on this.
Discussion only today.
Discussion it is.
A lot of progress.
It's good to have it in the ground.
Well, I will tell you, I have my job still, so my board was okay with the fact that we got it in by January. So,
Just so long as you take care of all of the landowners on their grading issues before.
yes, that we have a substantial punch list that the contractors will address to the satisfaction of the property owners.
I was asked about it. I said, just give them a chance.
Yes.
Awesome.
Spring's here,
What's that?
spring's here.
Oh, yes. I say after tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, right? Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Thanks for coming in. Next up, Kristen Bracker, attorney, discussion and or decision to approve independent contractor agreement for the jail.
This is for our, new mental health provider. Yeah. Dr. Delgado has retired and the jail has found a new, professional to take over. And so this is the contract that, basically the same contract we had with Dr. Delgado. Just updating to the new individual. I believe the other changes that were made, other than a couple changes to verbiage, the fee is increasing from, I believe it was $135 per hour before, and this professional will get $150 an hour, so not too big of a jump there. And then the other thing that I was gonna call your attention to is the term for this agreement. I have it written to go through June 30th of next year, because we're not starting on July 1st, but I understand that the board might have that. And June 30th of this year and do a new one for next fiscal year.
Questions?
Chris, you don't have a problem with the 2026?
No,
expiration
I
date?
don't have a problem with that at all.
This doctor is a psychiatrist.
Yes.
Was Delgado a psychiatrist as well?
This is actually an APRN,
I don't know what that.
provides the same services, nurse practitioner type, provides the same services, but at a lower rate.
I don't have any issues with that at all. June 30, 2026.
Susan,
I don't have any issues.
need a motion to approve for
Motion.
$115 an hour.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
That was to approve and authorize the chair to sign.
Yes.
Did you get Scott on the phone?
I'm working on it right now. He was muted and I unmuted him, but he hung up before I unmuted. So trying to get.
There you go, a motion on the floor, second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Scott.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Well, I don't know what was going on there. What, did Tom leave already?
Yeah, he did.
Well, how many valves were foreign made?
One.
Well, really, how many valves are there then?
I did not know, but they are coming to switch that one valve out, Scott.
I want to know how many valves are in the system.
Okay?
A bunch.
How'd we end up with just one? Something don't add up. And who was the person that found it?
You'll be here next week, Scott.
Okay,
Will that work for you?
and I have to.
Okay. Next up, Jana Lemrick, Director, Human Resources, and Jeff Franco, Director, Conservation. Discussion and or decision to approve the following job descriptions: Community Outreach Coordinator and Park Technician.
Hello again, everybody, kind of revisiting this topic, looking for discussion or decision on the approval of these positions. Background again for these positions is that with the departure of Mark Shoemaker, that did open up some funding in our department, which we've chosen to distribute to different areas versus replace the deputy director. So with that, we've identified areas of need in our department. And so these positions would satisfy some of those needs. We've worked with Jana on the position descriptions, on the pay for these positions as well. I think she feels confident that we've done this appropriately and that this meets the need and is equitable within the county as well. So for further discussion and or decision on the approval of these.
Didn't we already do this?
No, so,
I
you,
thought we approved those positions a month ago or so.
no. No, you had approved, additional or different titles for your two employees down here at the end of the table. Jeff has presented this to you a couple different times, but now we are officially coming for the official approval with the final job descriptions.
What, the top box here, Tim, the gray box lists the 3 positions that we've discussed and approved previously. The green box on your sheet highlights the 2 positions that were coming to you guys today for approval today.
They're the ones we talked about in the study session last week.
Jenna, what is grade 511 step 1 pay?
1991 an hour,
Right on top of that one. How come?
because I knew you'd be asking.
What? Oh, it's on the sheet?
Yeah.
What?
And Jeff has it in the, yeah, green.
Don't I ask?
Would you like to know the ending? That's not on there.
Yes.
2613.
They're both part-time positions.
That's correct. Up to 25 hours a week. That's what we're planning for certain portions of the year.
I know you've made the case many times and you've been very diligent about creating these positions and these job descriptions, and I will make the motion for approval.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second to approve job descriptions. Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, Jeff, well, these positions haven't been posted yet, right?
They have not.
You're gonna post them right away, I would take it.
That's what we'd hope to do. Yes.
Do you have anybody in mind for them?
We have people that we feel would fit the positions well.
I don't have.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried.
Did Scott vote?
Scott, are you on there? We losing?
Ron, move.
I'm on.
Did you vote? Okay. Motion carried. Committee appointments. Jeff?
Well, last week I was at the Farm Bureau meeting in Trainer, Iowa. Interesting little get together.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
So was at the budget session last Thursday. So ongoing budget proposals and approvals. And I keep at it for a little bit yet, but it's coming to a close here pretty quick. So
Cool. Susan?
I was at the same Farm Bureau meeting in Trainer, SWPCO board meeting on Thursday. I attended my first Hungry Canyons meeting, last Friday. And I was amazed at the, attendance and the participation. They meet quarterly. And it was just a good conversation. And then I attended the legislative coffee at Impact Hill on Saturday.
Deal. Tim?
No.
Okay, I was, EMA meeting, the Farm Bureau dinner. Went to a Trails meeting on Wednesday, went to Atlantica Trails meeting on Thursday. Then our study session. Then I went to Washington DC on Friday, got back last night. There's some really positive things on like our towers for our emergency system throughout the state. And I'm bringing in a guy in 2 weeks to talk to us about this. And this could be a money saver for us instead of spending $6 or $7 million. So I'm anxious to hear more. It was one of the study sessions there. And he really brought up some good things, and there's some new technologies coming out there. So I'm glad we didn't pull the trigger yet. So that's good. That'll do. Okay. And I do not like Washington DC. I like Iowa. Okay, we got the received files. What about public comments? Anybody sign up?
I got a public comment.
Okay,
I had the assessors meeting, the Safe Street meeting, the MAPPA meeting, and then I had to babysit you in DC.
thanks for doing that, Scott.
You're welcome.
You gonna make it home today?
Well, I'm not sure. You know what it's like here, Brian.
I'm talking about the weather here,
Yeah, well,
60, 70 mile-an-hour winds.
All right, with that, I'll make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 20.17, parent 3, for discussion decision on labor negotiations, collective bargaining.
Mitch, how we handling this?
Let's see, Becky, will you do a roll
I'll
call?
have to end this call, so main broadcast is gonna leave, then I'll reach back out to you, Scott.
Got my fingers
Coming in,
crossed.
guys.